me into the police a great affliction. I was a petrolhead, and the truth is, I always have been. From my days pushing corgi toys around the carpet as a 4-year-old, I turned to Lego as a boy, and at the age of 14 made my own go-kart from a lawnmower I bought at a flea market. I paid £2 and dragged it 3 miles home before taking it apart and putting the engine into a wooden chassis. I never did get it working. I built my first car when I was 16 and I bought a vermilion orange MG Midget the moment I passed my test at 17. Cars were where it was for me. At an early age, I was totally and utterly besotted with the looks, the sounds, smells and shapes of cars. I had it really bad. I could recognise every car on the road and I yearned to drive them. In fact, it was the cars used in police dramas on TV that also helped steer me into policing. Who doesn't love Bodie and Doyle handbrake turning a Capri? Listen in Chapter 15 on film and TV police cars. And who wouldn't want to be them when you're 12 years old? I certainly did. The British police relationship with the car and the motorist has at its very heart a central issue that is both contradictory and conflicting. When policing and motoring were both in their nascent stages, PCs were set to catch this new breed of people, the motorist, who were terrorising horses and the public with their frightening and frankly it seemed death-defying 15-mile-an-hour machines. Horseless carriages, the term car didn't catch on until the early 20th century, would be an increasingly common feature of UK life for some years before the police started thinking about using them as tools themselves. Since then, the car has become essential to everyday life. However, it has also become a source of friction between the police and the public. Think about it. If you get burgled or attacked, the police action in catching the criminal and putting them behind bars is supported by 99.9% of the public. But if a traffic cop pulls someone over for doing 83 miles an hour on the M1 at 3 o'clock in the morning, that person is quite likely to feel aggrieved, even though they have, pure and simple, broken the law just like a shoplifter has. Society's attitudes still mean that the speeding driver is quite likely to moan about the police to their friends and family, or even on social media, in a way that would be unacceptable for a burglar or a mugger. Almost as if motoring offences are kind of accepted. The number of times I pulled a car over and I was met with, "Have you not got anything better to do?" was alarming. And I'll let you into a secret. The police feel some sympathy with that too, because most cops love cars. Motoring, whether it's dealing with driving offences or clearing up accidents, represents the vast majority of UK police interaction with the public and is the biggest cause of friction too. Yet deep down, everyone loves a police car, even when they've been done for speeding. Whether it's a Wolseley cornering on its door handles at 25 miles an hour, a senator spearing down the motorway, or a Morris Minor Panda, the cars used by the police take on a special quality. So much so that countless enthusiasts collect model police cars in different liveries, and particular legendary police cars have become part of the nation's shared consciousness. That love for the police car and the men and women who drive them is exactly what this book investigates and celebrates. And, like many people today, I share that love affair with the great British police car. So I joined the police. There have been a number of standout moments during my time as a police officer. I joined in what I can only describe as a period of pre-red tape. Lots of crazy stuff happened. While the police service brought me great enjoyment and I experienced some incredible events, I also saw great hurt and sadness. People can be damaging to each other, and I have witnessed firsthand the very worst of human behaviour. Researching this book and revisiting this period of my life has brought back many positive and negative memories. But I will share with you just a handful of those lighter memories, which whilst writing has made me laugh out loud and cry at the same time. The truth is, in the years I spent in the police, most of those stories are unrepeatable in a book celebrating police cars, and some events I've simply emotionally moved on from, blocking them from my mind. I was young, and revisiting this period in my life has made me reflect on the small impact that I made on public safety, and that quite often the day-to-day role of the police officer needs to be secret. In truth, the public cannot know, and I think deep down they don't want to know, what it is that the police really do. When I joined, a senior officer described being in the police as 95% mundane boredom and 5% total utter fear. And in some ways he was right. As an officer of Hertfordshire Constabulary, I spent the early part of my career in the affluent, rural area of Bishop Stortford. Staffing levels were so low, I spent the majority of my